Yes, everybody. Yes. Welcome back to another all-new episode of a very special podcast. This is the podcast in which we talk about all of your favorite TV series from yesteryear. Yeah. And then we discuss them over a glass of wine. I'm Patrick. I'm done. Perhaps you remember me from the previous 130-ish episodes. And I'm joined here, as always, by Christmas Cat Halstead, the author, Uga.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back. How you been? It's been a quite a ride this Christmas season, I guess.
Yeah, I've been busy trying to work as many hours as I can, which have not been many.
I feel bad that I feel like we've been ignoring the podcast, but it's like, you know what? We need to make money. We need to make money to live. We're still waiting to find that doctor for Cat Halstead.
Seriously, single doctors, hit me up. We'll talk.
And hot scoop. I work at a hospital. Why am I not trying to find a doctor?
Dude, why are you not hooking me up with a doctor?
Why don't we hook ourselves both up with the doctors and just have a doctor fucking party up in here?
Both married doctors. We, make them happy. We work, just not to kill ourselves.
I went to hot scoop. I went to a Christmas party at a doctor's house, and it was like I was in the bachelor house. So I was like, where the fuck? What is this? There's 1,000 rooms in this house, and we're both finding doctors. That's the new storyline.
That's the new goal for 2019.
Yeah, we're both gonna find doctors. That way we get a fucking $5 billion house in Hawaii. Waikiki Beach. We're gonna go cruise the strip. We're gonna go play in volcanoes. Look for volcano ash or something. I don't know what's in Hawaii.
Go solve mysteries.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking solve mysteries.
You can wear the Hawaiian shirt and grow a mustache, and I'll be the busybody author who shows up when everybody dies.
All right. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Can we talk about it? Can we get into it?
Okay.
All right. So we're still in Christmas season. And we what did we say 2 weeks ago that the Samantha Bewitched episode that we did was the record scratched off the fucking table, but I think we outdid ourselves tonight. Yeah,
okay, so oh my god, that one was fun and enjoyable to watch. I mean, what we watched today is not Sabrina the Teenage Witch level of bad.
No, but it was bad.
But it was not what we were hoping for. I think we have a Mandela effect going on because I remember something completely different. And you and I remember the same thing.
I know. All right. I love this show. I've watched it on Hulu, but I haven't watched all of it. I've just I just dip in and out when I can. I'll watch an episode or two here or there.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it was on originally, I never watched every episode. I just dipped in and out because it was on late. It was on 10 o'clock at night. I was I don't know, maybe on AOL at that time.
And it was a cable show because let's be real, you never really knew exactly when it was airing.
Yeah.
And then they'd have marathons on the weekend, and we were in high school and college at this point.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was just
when it was on. So while we were the ages of the characters, we were also still going out and having lives in some way.
Yeah. So it was a show I was aware of, but I mean, I wouldn't say aware of. I watched it, but it wasn't one that I watched all the time. But
it's not something we set our VCRs for to record.
Yeah. But I do not remember this episode. I do not remember this episode that we watched because I thought it was a hot Christmas episode. And it kind of was, but it wasn't at the same time.
We talked about it. We're oh yeah, and remember this happens and that. And we seriously had the same idea of what this episode was. And then this is not what that episode was. And I went through reading all the descriptions. There is no episode that what we remember. So I'm what the F?
Yeah, I wonder if this is that episode of The X-Files from the last season that was on. And they were trying to remember a Twilight Zone episode that never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And this is us trying to remember the episode of Daria. Yes, Daria, girls. How we watched Daria. That never was. So, I don't know. We thought there was a fun Christmas episode of Daria. But apparently, this is in every holiday combined into one episode.
Yeah. We legit thought there was an episode where Daria had to deal with Christmas and Trent and Jane were decorating for the holidays.
Yeah, but
and
instead
nope.
It's Guy Fawkes Day, Arbor Day, not Arbor Day, St. Patrick's Day and Christmas and a million, every other holiday ever.
Yeah.
They just blew their load. I was thinking about this, like, as we watched the episode, and I was like, you know what we should have done? The episode of Beavis and Butthead where your friend wrote the letter.
Oh my god. I knew that's what you were going to mention. I knew you were going to mention that.
I was like, we did the fucking wrong MTV cartoon.
We did.
So maybe next year, guys. Maybe next year. I'm sorry. Sorry, we already have stuff planned for, like, the rest of the holiday season, so.
Guys.
Is it Joe? Was it Joe that wrote a letter to Beavis and Butthead?
No. It was like my middle school boyfriend, Brian.
Oh, Brian. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Joe, that I confused you with Brian. Joe, fan of the show, right? He listens.
Like, those are two totally different parts of my life, and I only dated one of them.
I don't know. There's so many. There's, like, the Dairy Fairy. There's Joe. There's Brian. There's the boy. There's Big. I don't know. There's too many boys in your life, Cat Hall, said the author. We just need to find one.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And he's going to be a doctor with a big dick. That's all we're asking for. And a big wallet, too.
Okay, you work on that. Like, I will send you, like, a cute picture of me, like, all done up.
All right.
And you can be like, hi, this is my friend Kat. She's 37. She lives in Colorado Springs, and she's looking for love.
Yeah. It'll be a new freeform TV series. I don't know. Maybe a Lifetime movie. Ion TV movie. Who knows? You don't know. You never know what you're going to get here at the pod. You never know, girl. You never know.
You never know what wild adventure we're on.
Who knows? 2019, we're waiting for you. We're rearing up for you. We're getting ready. We're making a vision board. We're going to have a marathon of Jessica Jones, maybe, or Veronica Mars, or all of the above. Who knows?
New Year's Eve is the Taylor Swift concert on Netflix. That's what I'm watching.
Ooh, I might watch that too. And Hot Scoop, I'm going to Justin Timberlake in January too. So January Jonesin for Justin Timberlake.
I want to be jealous, but I'm not.
Well, you know he's gonna only play like the old hits. No, he's gonna play like 3 new songs and like mostly oldies, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, if I'm gonna see Justin Timberlake in concert, I want these 4 other guys with him.
Well,
I want Lance, JC, Joey, and Chris.
Hot Scoop.
Damn it, Justin. Stop being a dick and get me my NSYNC reunion.
Well, maybe it'll happen on January 6th in Raleigh, North Carolina when I'm there. And Hot Scoop, I have like very sexy seats, so mail me a pair of your panties and I will throw them on stage. I will gladly throw them on stage. And I'll put your phone number. I'll put your phone number on there too.
Do people do that anymore? I feel like you can't do that anymore.
I'll put your phone number on it too, so that way he'll call you. He'll go, hey, I smelled these and they smelled great.
Oh my god.
And then we won't need a doctor. We'll have JT. And then you can I don't know, nag the rest of NSYNC back into existence. Because you'll be Mr. JT.
Dude, like, okay, my stepmom knows Jessica Biel's grandmother.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Can we get some hot inside scoops?
She used to live like a block or 2 away from us in Salida.
Ooh. What was she like when she was like a 5-year-old? Was she like up to no good?
I don't know. I never like met the woman, so I never talked to her.
Oh, all right. Well,
I didn't say I knew her.
All right. I want to like change up this week's flashback. Do you want to talk about the top 5 MTV shows according to Newsday.com?
Yeah, let's see what Newsday.com says are the top 5 MTV shows of all time.
All right. So I don't know what like their basis is, but I like wildly disagree. But
God, I'm gonna like rage, aren't I?
There's definitely like 1 or 2 that like we're gonna be like, oh, for sure. But like I feel like there's like bigger MTV shows that should have been in the mix, but
I'm already ready to like throw my phone across the room. I need to put it down.
All right, so I guess we're gonna go from 5 to 1. So I'm guessing it's like from the most least essential to the most essential. This is how I read this list. So
let's do this. I'm as ready as I'm gonna be for this like clusterfuck that's about to come.
All right, so what do you think was the worst of the best? Number 5. Like take a guess. And I'll tell you, like...
No, here's the thing. I don't want to say anything because what I'm afraid they're going to think is number 1, and I don't want it to be on this list at all.
I think you're going to like number 1. You'll like number 1, but...
Okay, so let's just peel off this Band-Aid, rip it off, and tell me what the fuck number 5 is.
Jackass.
Okay.
I mean, I could see it. It was popular.
I see it, considering how many times in college I was like, really, guys?
I mean,
this is what you're doing with your time? You're going to take this shopping cart you stole from the Walmart and ride it down the hill? Okay, great. I will see you at the ER later.
Yeah. Jackass was on from 2000 to 2002. It was like, believe it or not, it was only on for 2 years, but it was wildly popular. Johnny Knoxville's career got a big kick from his appearance on it, and it had lots of weird spin-offs, and it just kind of it basically like created YouTube, like in a way, if you believe it or not. That's my hot scoop.
I see. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so this is like, so all you millennials, if we have any millennial listeners out there, like if you go on YouTube and you watch these like weird videos of like people like getting kicked in the nuts and like hitting the balls with like footballs and stuff, it's all because of Jackass. Like before YouTube there was Jackass, and before Jackass there was America's Funniest Home Videos. But sometimes Jackass showed us actual balls. So yeah, ooga.
Yeah.
All right, so number 4. You ready for number 4? I think, I have a feeling you'll agree with this in a way.
Okay.
But I don't agree with it. It was on from 1998 to 2002. It starred your boy toy, Carson Daly, Total Request Live.
TRL. It's only number 4.
Yeah, number 4. It was a video countdown show. I'm going to throw this out there. Like, I really didn't watch TRL. Like, I was past MTV, I think, by this point. Like, I dipped in and out. Like, when I heard, like, there was going to be, like, a cool guest. Like, maybe, like, I don't know. What was 1998 me into?
Matchbox 20.
I don't know. Linkin Park. I fucking know. Yeah, I don't even know. I can't remember years anymore. But Matchbox 20, maybe Third Eye Blind was going to make a hot appearance.
Yeah, like, okay.
TRL.
So here's the thing. Okay, first of all, we know I love me some real TRL. When I say real TRL, I mean the Carson Daly hosted TRL. All the other hosts suck ass.
Was it like Brian McFadden?
Because you know what? Carson Daly did something none of the other hosts could do. Carson Daly could talk to Limp Bizkit, Metallica, NSYNC, Sean Puffy Combs, or whatever fucking name he was going by that week, and respect all of them.
And Samantha Mumba. You forgot about Samantha Mumba.
I don't even remember who that is.
All right, well, shout out to her. Google her. Shout out to her. Okay.
Like Carson could treat all of the artists with respect. And none of the other fucking hosts ever did that. So fuck all those other hosts.
Yeah.
There's a reason Carson still has a fucking career, and most of you like, who?
Hot scoop. I used to actually, what was like that like really, really late night show that he had that was on after like Conan?
Later Tonight with Carson Daly or something like that. It was some ridiculous title that, like, I swear to God, half the time it was never even on.
It was preempted like 90% of the time, but I loved like the musical guests he had on, because he had like we were in college at that time, so it was like college radio bands, and it was just like people like I actually wanted to see at the time. Like I don't know, but it was a fun show. Like I'm still am, but like I was always an insomniac, and it was a show that was like tailor made for me, for people who are up at like 2 a.m. legit. Yeah. So it was great. And I don't know, like Carson Daly was like one of those people that you learn to love like over time. It's like he kind of like, sometimes he would just irritate the fuck out of you, but then you're like, oh, you know what? It was like Sharon Clueless. Like, I like Josh. I like Carson Daly.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? It's so funny is that Carson probably was on his way to be what Ryan Seacrest is now, but he took that late night Verge instead.
But you know what? I think he's on The Voice now, right?
Yeah, he's the host of The Voice.
I mean, I'm sure he gets fucking paid handsomely.
And you know, I think he does like the NBC New Year's Eve stuff now.
Oh yeah, he's the new Dick Clark. Shout out to Dick Clark.
No,
R.I.P.
that's fine. Seacrest is the new Dick Clark.
Oh, don't.
Handpicked by Dick Clark.
Okay, I don't fucking know. You know what? Hot scoop, I never actually watched any of that shit.
You watched the movie New Year's Eve, dude. We went over this like 3 years ago.
You know I've already... That's like ancient history.
Flashback to the time I made Patrick watch a Gary Marshall rom-com.
I know. Shout out to Mother's Day that we're going to do this May. Also by Gary Marshall.
That was nowhere near as good.
Is Katherine Heigl in it? We're going to be subjected to another camera?
No, Kate Hudson, Jennifer Aniston.
Oh.
Julia Roberts.
Can we talk about... I tried to watch the Dumplin' movie on Netflix with Jennifer Aniston.
She's in that?
Yeah, I couldn't get through it.
No, because it's got that weird chick that everybody loves from Stranger Things in Riverdale, and I just want to punch that chick in the face. I don't know why.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it. I was just like, I was like 20 minutes in, and I was like, is this going to get better? And then I was like, all right, I'll give it like 2 more minutes. And then I was like, is this going to get any better? And then it was just like, all right, I'll give it another 2. And then it was like 45 minutes in. And I was like, I'm just going to shut this off.
Yeah, like I saw the preview for it and I was like, this just looks stupid.
Well, it kind of has like, if I read the summary and I was like, oh, this sounds like fun. And then I saw the cast and I was like, okay, this looks good. Like Jennifer Aniston playing like a weird like Southern girl. And I was like, I'm into it. And then it was like, oh, like they're all into Dolly Parton. Like, ooh, I'm into it. But the fucking story, it was not for me, girl. It was not for me. But like a part of me was like, oh, I bet Kat Halstead, the author, will like this. But you don't. So, ooga. Shout out to you. Like,
yeah, like
it's winning.
I didn't even touch it.
All right. Well, don't touch it is what I have to say. All right. You ready for the top 3 MTV show according to Newsday?
I am fucking terrified.
Daria. Ooga.
Okay.
Yeah. Daria was the complete opposite of Beavis and Butthead, the animated series, which premiered on MTV in '97, and it was spun off from Beavis and Butthead to focus on a teenage girl who solved life's problems with wit and intelligence, and we'll get to it in a minute. So Stay tuned. Number 2, I just kind of teased it, Beavis and Butthead.
Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm, like, terrified of what number 1 is, though. Like, there are 2 things that it could be that, like, there's one thing it needs to be, and if it's not that, and it's something else, I'm gonna be so fucking mad.
All right, do you want to talk about Beavis and Butthead first for a hot second, or are you like, ready to move on?
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't really allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead. I was allowed to go to the movie.
At the time, I absolutely loved the show. The show was fucking amazing, like when I was in like 6th and 7th and 8th grade. And then the movie came out when we were freshmen. The movie holds up. I will tell you, the movie holds up. It's fucking great. But I have a hard time watching the show now. I recently like rewatched some old episodes, and I'm just like, this is kind of dumb. I'd rather just watch King of the Hill.
Yeah.
But the movie's great, though. I will say that the movie's great.
Okay. I haven't like hit up the movie in a long time, but I've been thinking about rewatching it.
Yeah. For some reason, the movie holds up in a weird, strange way. But I prefer, as far as Mike Judge shows go, I prefer King of the Hill. King of the Hill has more heart and soul.
Well, we all know how much I love King of the Hill.
I know, and I'm super excited that it's back on Hulu, so we might have to like add it to our rotation.
I know.
Maybe we'll just like rename the podcast like a very special King of the Hill, and we'll just do King of the Hill episodes forever. King of the Hill fucking, I don't know, January. Who knows? You never know.
Who knows? We got to figure out our schedule.
You ready? You ready for numero uno?
Yes.
All right. What do you hope it will be? And I'll let you know if you're right.
I'm hoping that it's the real world.
Yes! Yes, girl! It's the real world.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yes.
Thank God.
The real world.
Do you realize how fucking terrified I've been that fucking Jersey Shore was in the top 5 of this bullshit list?
Yeah.
Like, I have seriously been, like, freaking out this whole time, like, worried about Jersey Shore popping up in the top 5.
The only reason why I was disappointed by this list is that I would have swapped out TRL with Singled Out. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I probably would have put Singled Out before Jackass.
Oh, I forgot about. You know what? I'm sorry. I would have put. I would have swapped out Jackass with Singled Out, and I would have swapped out. What did I just say?
TRL.
Oh yeah, TRL. I probably would have swapped out TRL. I'm trying to think of like something else. Like, there's got to be something more
Road Rules?
I feel like Road Rules wasn't as like fun as Real World though, but like like there has to have been like something more monumental in like the early '90s. What was the fucking that Remote Control?
Oh, the game show. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you know what? Do you know what I fucking lived for like forever? MTV News, like the weekend edition, that was just like the half-hour like weekend like updates or whatever.
Oh, MTV News used to be like so good.
Yeah, Kurt Loder, Tabitha Soren, Sushin Pak.
Whatever happened to Tabitha? I know like Kennedy has her own show on Fox Business Network now.
Yeah, tweet us Tabitha Soren.
And Kurt Loder appears on Fox News every so often.
I feel like Tabitha Soren was like in the news a lot, like around like the second time Obama was running for president. I feel like I saw her a lot, but I don't remember why.
I don't know.
But I loved, because like, you were never around for MTV, because they always did MTV News like 15 minutes past the hour in like the little clips. I always felt like I was never around for like the week. Like, I mean, I never felt like I was around for those versions of it, but like I would always make sure I was around on Saturday when you got like the whole week in news.
Yeah. Like, I feel like they just did these little MTV News breaks like during certain periods, and if you were watching then you'd catch it.
One thing I also would want to add to this list, but I really wouldn't count it as a show, but it was definitely like a monumental MTV weekend for me. It made my entire life. Like I sat down, I was riveted by this. This lasted an entire weekend. 1994, like the weekend Kurt Cobain shot himself. It was like Nirvana weekend on the edge of my seat. I was in 6th grade. I was young.
I wasn't allowed to watch MTV yet.
I just remember just like, I wanted to know what happened. Why did it happen? Then they would interrupt like, they would play like Nirvana Unplugged and like music videos and old interviews. And they would like, every now and then they would like, Kurt Lowe would come in with like a hot update.
MTV used to be so good, man. And now it's just a mess.
Like that was just like wild to me. Like you got like crazy fucking things on MTV. Like remember like when Aaliyah died and just like it was so great. And I feel like we don't get that with MTV anymore. Like music was like a big part of it, and now it's just
like the new TRL doesn't even do music.
It's like reality shows and stuff. Is it like what is it now?
I don't even know what they do. Like it's just a hot mess.
It's a hot mess.
Hot, boring mess. Kids today do not understand what they are missing.
Yeah, and do you remember like MTV movies? Like what was it? Like movie news? They had like MTV movies with Chris Connolly. Like it was just a fucking The 90s MTV was fucking great. Like I literally never watched anything else like during the 1990s. It was MTV.
Like yeah, think about it. Like I'd come home from school and I would watch like General Hospital, and then I would put on MTV for like hours.
You'd hang at the beach house, see what's going on at the beach house.
Like MTV would be on while you and I were chatting.
Yeah, and MTV would be on the background. You would like Lisa Loeb would play around the pool with her acoustic guitar. Sing Stay, I Missed You.
Exactly.
And you felt like
you and I, you, me, Stephen, Mariah, and whoever else would be like chatting, and I had MTV on. I think you had MTV on. We all had MTV on, except for maybe Stephen.
Yeah, and like you felt like you knew these people. Like you felt like you knew the VJs. You could hang with them. I don't know. You could see them like. Remember Spring Break? Like we had. It was fucking great. Like as lame as it was fucking great. It was a great time to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm disappointed. But do you know what's more disappointing than what we just talked about?
This Daria episode?
This like weird episode of Daria. Yeah. All right. Can we talk about it? Should we get into it, girl?
Yeah, let's just get into it.
So this episode's called Depth Takes a Holiday.
Okay.
And it literally starts out with like Daria's like walking home from school, I think, or to school. She's walking down the street. I don't know. She's just walking down the street by herself. 3 dudes just show up out of nowhere.
No. That's not how it starts. It's like Daria's walking home, and these 2 dudes like stop her. One's dressed like in a diaper and with a sash, and the other's like dressed in green.
Oh, so I'm sorry. It was 2 dudes.
And they're all like, "Hey, girl, do you think you could help us find our 3 friends? We need to get them back to Holiday Island." And she's like, "What the hell?" She's like, "Why are you talking to me?"
And it turns out that it's the dude dressed in like the baby diaper and the sash is Cupid.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude dressed in green is like the St. Patrick's Day leprechaun, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess 3 holidays escaped from Holiday Island. So it was Christmas, Guy Fawkes Day, and Halloween. Was it Halloween? Yeah, it was Halloween.
Yes.
So I guess there's an island that exists if you like crawl like behind the dumpster at like the local Chinese restaurant. Like, you're in Holiday Island.
Yes.
Which I guess is just where there's like a one single entity that represents like every holiday.
Yeah.
Including Guy Fawkes Day live at this island. And
okay.
So these three entities have escaped, and they like have secretly like teamed up and joined Trent's band. Like apparently it's like Trent's like new band.
Yeah, they like went looking for a band and they found Trent because of course.
So Cupid and St. Patrick's Day are like, they find Daria, probably like the worst possible person you could ever find to like help you seek out holidays, I guess.
It's so ridiculous, but still not as ridiculous as Sabrina the Teenage Witch in Animal Kingdom.
So they ask like Daria if they'll like help her find these 3 holidays so they can, I don't know, like create harmony in the world, because what's been going on is that like all of a sudden like all these holidays have lost meaning in the real world. So
yeah, like the holidays don't exist if these holidays are not on the island.
Christmas is no longer a thing. Like now, like the mall is open on Christmas Day. You can just go to the mall and, I don't know, buy Nine Inch Nails CDs.
Halloween's not a day, so nobody's buying candy.
Guy Fawkes Day. I don't know. V for Vendetta never came out. I don't know.
Hold on. Do we even understand what Guy Fawkes Day is? Because I'm going to be completely honest, I really don't.
All right. So I guess Guy, I'm going to Google it because I don't know how to like fully explain it.
Hold on, I got it.
All right.
I Googled it. Guy Fawkes Night, also known as Guy Fawkes Day, Bonfire Night, and Firework Night, is an annual commemoration observed on the 5th of November, primarily in the United Kingdom. Its history begins with the events of the 5th of November, 1605, when Guy Fawkes, a member of the Gunpowder Plot, was arrested while guarding explosives the plotters had placed beneath the House of Lords, celebrating the fact that King James I had survived the attempt on his life. People lit bonfires around London, and months later, the introduction of the observation. What the hell? Really?
Yeah, so it's a wild holiday, and I have two friends that are born on Guy Fawkes Day, so that's how I remember their birthday, because it's November 5th. Shout out to November 5th. The movie V for Vendetta is like loosely based around it, so I don't know. Watch it. It has Natalie Portman. It's a fun movie. I don't think you'd like it, though. It's not up your alley. Sorry.
Not up my alley.
If you like Natalie Portman, you might like it, but I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, so the Catholics tried to assassinate Protestant king and replace him with Catholic head of state. Okay. This is making more sense now.
Yeah, so that's Guy Fawkes Day. But it's just a weird thing to like put on Daria, I guess. I don't know.
Like I think that's if you're think about the other two holidays they picked. They picked Halloween and Christmas, and then they're all joining a band with Trent. Like, you can't do Thanksgiving. Like, Thanksgiving's not joining this band. Like they say, he's like got a lot of family stuff going on, and he's always depressed by the end of the day.
So my theory on the reason why I have a feeling like Halloween and Guy Fawkes Day are kind of like the edgy types.
Yeah, they're like the edgy, punkish days.
And then I feel like they peer pressured Christmas into joining. So that's like my theory.
Because let's be real, Christmas is totally the cool kid.
Yeah, Christmas is like...
But he doesn't realize he's the cool kid. He thinks he's an outcast.
Yeah, Christmas is like the coolest kid in school, and he gets asked out on a date by, I don't know, like the weird girl. And at first he's strangely tempted by it, but because of like social norms and societal norms, he's like, oh, I can't date the weird girl. Everyone's going to think I'm weird. But then he goes for it anyway, and he's like, oh, I like Josh. Just like Cher from Clueless, which is like the second time I've said this in this podcast.
Yeah. All
that happens, and Daria is being Daria, and she's cynical as fuck.
Daria's like, why do you... She's like, no thanks, guys, I'm good. I don't believe you guys are really holidays. And then she goes over to Jane's house, and Trent is like, oh yeah, I got these new band members. I started a new band with this person named Halloween, Guy Fawkes Day, and Christmas. Like, he never thought that was weird.
She thought she was being, like, punked. Because, like, let's be real. Quinn, her sister, is a total cunt.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, is my shitty sister playing, like, a prank on me?
Yes.
I don't know. Like, who knows? Like, you know what? I don't get time for this. I need to go home and watch Six Ed World. And she goes home, and, like, Cupid and St. Patrick's Day show up.
After she's, like, already found out that these other holidays actually are there.
So they decide they're going to prove to Daria they are really the holidays. So Cupid takes his bow and he shoots like a love arrow into Daria's parents. And now like Daria's parents are like horny for each other because like they always argue, but now like all they want to do is fuck. Mm-hmm. Daria is still like dismissive of this, but like apparently like Quinn just keeps like walking in like weird moments between the two parents. Like they're like making on the couch. They're like necking, giving like second basin.
Yeah, they're like going for walks. And Quinn is convinced that they're trying to have another baby.
Yeah, which means that like Quinn, who is like the baby in the family, is going to be like Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, she's not going to be as spoiled as she is.
She's going to be there's going to be a Dewey and she will be Malcolm. Quinn spends the rest of the episode like just being totally disgusted by her parents. Like that's her storyline.
And she will not sleep because like she's trying to keep them from hooking up.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's the
And so she keeps trying to block it.
Yeah, she's the ultimate cock block this week. Quinn the cock block. She's just like, all right, I will not let my parents like take a shower together.
Yeah.
I will not yeah. I don't know. Like just
But of course you get the like passive aggressive crap from her fashion club. They're like, oh yeah, Quinn, you like totally don't want to like not sleep because you like totally need your beauty sleep.
Oh yeah, so I guess she's been like staying up. I guess like days have apparently passed.
Yeah.
I don't know, even though it seems like it's been like the same day. But days have apparently passed and Quinn hasn't slept. And like, I don't know, she has like bags under her eyes and they're like, Quinn, what's wrong with you? You don't look like you're like alert enough to head the fashion club. And she's kind of like pissed. She's like, well, I've been like trying to make sure my parents don't fuck because, you know, my dad doesn't believe in condoms. So, and my mom's fertile still. So, you know, we might get like a little baby running around. And who knows, it could be like a second Daria. You never know. Like I'm hoping for like a new Quinn, but it could be a new Daria. And I don't know. I don't want to be a fucking sandwiched by the two of them. So
Yeah.
And her friends like don't give a fuck. They're like, whatever. Like they only care about, I don't know, like the latest Calvin Klein fucking model.
Quinn's friends are the worst.
There's a part of me that fucking, when I used to watch the show, I just loved like the Quinn aspect of the show. I just thought she was great. Like she's fucking great. I don't know. There's just something about her. She's popular. She's fucking dumb. She wears like, I don't know, what is there, like a puppy on her t-shirt? Like what's on her shirt? I forget. I can't remember.
Like a happy face.
Yeah. And it's like nobody fucking wore that. Like in the 90s. Like when we were that age, like I don't remember any popular girl ever wearing a shirt with like a happy face on it.
No, what they wore were like those tie-dye star things.
What were those?
They were just like a t-shirt and it was like two different colors. Like one was mostly like a solid color and then there'd be like this tie-dyed star like in the center or something. Maybe it was a heart sometimes, but usually it was a star.
I feel like every like quote unquote like cool girl in my school like looked and dressed the same every day. And it was weird because I was like looking at my yearbook. I might like tweet a picture of my yearbook too. Like all the cool girls like look the same. They have the same haircut, the same makeup, the same clothes. I don't know. Like that made them cool, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
high school popularity is like,
that was just the style.
is a hard like shell to crack. And I love like shows that like really like get into it, like really like dwell into it, like 90210, the teen storyline on Twin Peaks, like just that whole like 90s popularity. I think is just like a great era of popularity. And like 80s and 90s, I'm not just gonna segregate it to 90s, but 80s and 90s are great because they're kind of similar in a way.
Yeah.
And it's just where like the popular type just didn't. No one like wanted to separate themselves like you did. Like I want to say like there was never like an alpha popular girl, but there kind of was. But everyone thought they were the alpha.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel like I never went to a school that had like a Mean Girls.
Like, do you think a Mean Girl is like a 2000s thing?
I feel like it's definitely more of a 2000s thing.
It's hard to say because like Tina Fey wrote it, so she was probably like reminiscent of her childhood, like her teenage years.
Maybe people were just bitches in the 70s.
Tina Fey's not that old though.
I don't know.
You just did like the greatest shrug ever. The greatest shrug ever. Maybe popular girls were more like villainous in the 80s.
Maybe.
But in the 90s, I feel like they were more stupid. Maybe that's my that's my hot stance.
That's your hot take?
Because like I'm trying to think of like all like the 80s like teen movies. There was always like the villainous like popular girl.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, it was just like the carefree, innocent, peppy girl like Cher. And I feel like the 2000s was like those two worlds coming together because you had writers who were old enough to like write for characters in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then you had writers who were old enough to write for characters in the 90s, and they just pushed the two together. That's my hot take.
Okay, I see it.
If you agree, tweet us at Very Podcast. We just like deconstructed 2000s teen movies right there.
Boom, mic drop.
So what happens next, girl? What happens next? And Daria?
Okay, so these two like holidays convince Daria to help them, and Daria is actually convinced she's having a mental breakdown, so she's just going with it. She's just going with this, like, because she thinks she's just having a breakdown. She's like, okay, having a breakdown, talking to some holidays, and Quinn's like, God, Daria! Stop making stuff up.
Can we talk about before Daria has the breakdown? The holidays decide to give him a Daria. They go to Kevin and Brittany.
Oh, yes, that's right. They try to go to Kevin and Brittany, who are even, like, worse than Daria. I mean, at least, like, they could talk to Daria. Kevin and Brittany are like, huh?
So, all right. So they go to Daria, who's now, like, having a mental breakdown because she's not sure if she's, like, hallucinating this or if, like, this is real, which I guess is, like, the struggle of 90s teens. It's like, is this really happening or is this not happening?
Yeah.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Oh, the 90s.
I guess I kind of get Daria's plight here. It's like she's trying not to believe this, but at the same time, there's so much working against her that's convincing her that this is real, which is like, I guess that's the Daria struggle, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, diarrhea cha-cha-cha. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, they realize Brittany and Kevin are even less helpful and go back to Daria.
They convince her, and I don't know, she crawls through the fucking weird, like, behind the weird dumpster behind the Chinese restaurant. It's like the wardrobe to Narnia. To me, like, it's just like, okay, now she's in this weird holiday island and it's kind of like chaos there in a way.
It's basically like, okay, imagine all the holidays as high school students and they've got their cliques and you're just fucked.
The holiday island is a high school clique. Everything's out of balance. It's like that weird season of Lost where they kept doing time jumps, like, in a way, like, where it's just like nothing made sense. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Why am I here? Why is this happening? What the fuck's going on? Yeah. Daria just, like, she kind of has, like, a weird epiphany.
Exactly.
I guess I gotta save the universe. I gotta go back to fucking Lawndale? Is that where she lives?
Yeah, I gotta go back to Lawndale and get these idiot holidays, like, back on this damn island.
And, oh no, hold on. Her epiphany is like, is she at a school dance or she's at some kind of, like, party or something where...
Going to have a school dance and the band and that gets picked is, like, the President's Day Club guys.
And they suck.
They're like, okay guys! And no, they don't have a band yet, so they hire the holidays to be the band.
And she realizes, you know what? The best way to get everyone back together is through song and dance. Like, song and dance it harmonizes people. And as we said earlier in the podcast, TRL Total Request Live was like Carson Daly bringing together Metallica, Eminem, Limp Bizkit, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Samantha Mamba, and so on and so on. Like, it was just that weird place where, like, everyone can go, like, oh, you know what? I'm, like, this might not be the best song in the world, but I'm digging it at the moment. We're dancing like fools. I don't know, like, shout out to Daria for, like, coming to this realization that, like, the best way to get the holidays back to Holiday Island is to, like, throw a concert.
Exactly.
And now the holidays are like, oh, like, we want to go back to Holiday Island. Ooga. Like, let's go, girls.
They're like, we can't let President's Day rule the holidays.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, we need somebody to replace Trent, and, like, one of the President's Days can do it.
President's Day is like the weird DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a DJ Scribble. I don't know. Like, who's like a shitty DJ?
I don't even know. I don't know who DJs are.
Danger Mouse. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like, we need real music. We want real music, even if they suck, even if they sound like, I don't know, Smash Mouth. We still want to hear, like, real music and not fucking Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
The holidays go back to the Holiday Island with their hot music, and I don't know, peace is brought back to the world, I guess. Peace and harmony.
Yeah, like, things go back to normal. Like, Daria's parents stop trying to do it all the time.
Now they're arguing again.
Yeah. And Quinn's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, she's like, thank God my parents are fighting. I didn't want them to fuck. I was, like, cock blocking them all weekend long.
It was exhausting.
Her wrinkles went away. She got to rejoin the fashion club. And Daria and Jane, and then went back to, I don't know, do whatever Daria and Jane do.
Exactly. Daria felt like her mental breakdown was in the past. All was well.
Yeah, all's well to the world. All's well in the cosmos. And that's,
Exactly.
Depth Takes a Holiday. Which, you know what? I think we added depth to it. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Yeah, I think we did. Like, okay, it's not a bad episode of Daria. It's just not what we were thinking we were getting into.
I think, you know what? I think as we're talking about it, we had like an I like Josh moment. Like, maybe it was important as we talk about it.
Maybe it's not a bad episode. It's just,
you know what?
We have this crazy Mandela effect thing going on in our heads where we totally saw something else.
I'm not gonna like
as what we were gonna be watching.
As I was like watching, I was like fucking bored. I was like, oh my god, there's like 5 minutes left of this. Can they just like?
Yeah, I was watching. I was like, this is taking forever.
Like, this isn't as fun as an episode where like Daria and Jane go to like the cool party like down the street, and it's in that like gated community. It's like not as fun as that episode. And that's like the kind of shenanigans I was hoping for, but like Christmas themed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're here for like a fun holiday episode of Daria. You didn't get it, but I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
Maybe next year.
We tried.
Maybe when we get the Daria reboot, maybe they'll do a fun Christmas episode. So
we are getting that Daria reboot.
All right, can we talk about that? I'm still confused by like what the Daria reboot is supposed to be.
I mean, I know she's going to be an adult.
And it's Jodie oriented.
And it's going to focus on her and Jodie.
Which I dig. So is it definitely going to be them as adults? Or is it like they're just going to be like, fuck it, let's make them teens?
Yeah. I think so.
I Googled this.
No, I think it's going to be them as adults.
Because we talked about this in the last episode. You said they're going to be adults. And I Googled it, and I could not find anywhere in any like news reports that I saw that they were going to be adults.
Huh, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Because I was thinking like MTV would like not put a show about like adults on the air.
I think it'll be like... Because here's the thing. Daria actually did that thing where the characters grew older.
They did. They were in college.
And aged and went through things. So maybe that's just where my mind is processing.
Because I'm thinking like...
Because here's the thing. Jane's not going to be Jane isn't a focus. And if it's like... There's got to be some point where like Jane and Daria separated. Jane's like, what, now a soccer mom? Married to Tom because she was stupid?
Yeah, I could definitely see Jane becoming a soccer mom and Daria's pissed.
Yeah.
Like at it. And just like Daria's still Daria. And then... I don't know, like maybe she just, I don't know, sought solace in Jodie, and Jodie was just like I always liked Jodie. I'm just gonna throw this out there, like Jodie's great.
Yeah, like Jodie was fun.
She was like the cool outcast.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So you know what? So maybe the new Daria will just like I can see it in a way. Like I could you know what? I can see it now. Like keep them teens.
I don't know.
Because I feel like nerds are in and. Maybe Jodie just keeps her.
I don't think nerds are still as in as we think they are.
I don't know. We'll find out. You know what? We'll chop this up as like a mystery. We'll put it on the back burner. We'll come back to it. We'll write it down on a marker board, and we'll just say, "Hey, where's Daria? What's Daria up to?" And you know what? The show will probably come out, and we won't even realize it, and like the whole season's passed, and then we're like, it's like, oh, Daria's been out for like 6 months. And it's been canceled already?
Like how you were with Murphy Brown?
And I have not watched a single episode of the new Murphy Brown. I haven't seen a single frame.
Which has its season finale this week, dude.
I'll get to it. I'm just so busy, and I'm doing like 19 podcasts and working.
Well, that's your damn fault for cheating on me and doing so many damn podcasts.
I'm just trying to throw so many cards up in the air as I can and see which ones stick. None of them are sticking.
So I guess this means we won't be doing a gingerbread house challenge this year.
Maybe. I don't know. Christmas is still a week away.
You know what we should do? We should go the day after Christmas. We should go to our Walmarts and find a discounted gingerbread house and do a New Year's gingerbread house challenge.
Okay. Like,
make a video. You do a video of you doing yours. I'll do a video of mine, and then we'll let the people vote who made the better gingerbread house.
Oh, I like it. And we could do it while we're watching Jessica Jones.
Taylor Swift.
How about I will do a Jessica Jones themed gingerbread house, and you will do a Taylor Swift themed gingerbread house.
Okay, that works.
Game. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Internet crossies, or picky swear, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Picky swear.
Are you ready for what we're doing next week? Do you even know?
If it's what I think it is, I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but I'm ready to talk about it because I have things to say.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? I feel like we're not talking about the same thing.
Right now you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, we're going into black and white era.
It's the classic, right?
It's a Wonderful Life.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Here's the thing. It is not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, neither was Christmas in Connecticut, the fuck we did last year. And I don't know, we had fun with it. We had a fun...
That's a fun one. I like the idea. I am waiting for a real good update. Sorry, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was a hot mess you made.
Like, do you want to change what we're doing next week? Because, I don't know, you're sad about... Okay, we're going to do it. It's on Amazon Prime.
No, because there's, like, I feel like we got to talk about it because it's kind of a crazy hot mess when you think about it.
It's on Amazon Prime right now, so it's, like, I don't know, fresh on our radars. I don't know. Based on time, I feel like this could be the end of our Christmas cavalcade, but we'll see.
Wait, what was the other thing we were gonna do?
I don't think we picked one out specifically.
I see what you're trying to get out of the Hallmark movie.
But we can still do it. It could be a post-Christmas episode.
Maybe we'll see. Let's just wait and see.
All right, yeah, we'll wait and see. If not, we'll get a hot New Year's Eve episode. Or maybe we'll just do a fucking episode of us making gingerbread houses. You never know what you get on this podcast. We have promised so much, and we deliver little.
Why do you people listen to us? Tweet us at Very Podcast and tell us why you listen. I know it's because all you girls have a crush on Patrick and his voice.
All right, are you ready? Are you ready for a Daria fuck, marry, kill? We have to go out on a fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, God, I'm not. Just get it over with.
All right. Kevin, the football dude.
Okay.
Trent. What was the name of Jody's boyfriend?
Mac.
Fuck, marry, kill. Trent, Mac, or
Oh my God, this is
Who do you want to get it animated on with?
Marry Mac because he's gonna end up making the most money.
Fuck Kevin. I would say fuck Kevin.
Actually, I'm gonna say fuck Trent because he's probably into some kinky stuff.
I don't know. I feel like Trent's kind of. I feel like Trent would be boring in a way. I feel like he would just be uninspirable in bed.
See, the thing is, Kevin's a football player, and they don't try in bed, in my experience.
I don't know, but
so kill Kevin.
I feel like he's got muscles though, and he probably has a big dick, and I don't know, feel good.
No, Kevin probably has a tiny dick.
You think? You think Kevin has a tiny dick?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's like tall and lanky, and like tall and lanky men have big dicks.
That's not always how it works.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, from my experience.
Well, maybe in Colorado, tall, lanky men have little dicks because like it's higher altitude and their dicks like suck inward. I feel like in lower altitudes, tall, lanky men have big dicks. So I don't know. If you agree or disagree, tweet us at Very Podcast and let us know. And I wildly disagree with Kat's answers, as always.
Always. You always disagree with me.
I think there was like 3 times we were like on point. All right. Who do you think has the biggest dick out of all the three the 3 choices? Let's get down to that. Mac's got the biggest. Then you think it's Trent and then Kevin?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you agree or disagree, tweet us at Very Podcast. Let us know who you think has the biggest penis in Lawndale. Who's got the Lawndale longin? Or should we say Longdale? Yeah. All right. Where can you follow us? Kat Halstead, the author. She's tired. She's going to get ready for work.
You can follow us on Twitter at No, hold on. I'm fucking this up. You can follow us on Twitter at Very Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr at A Very Special Podcast. Do not accept invitations. Tell those invitations to kindly fuck off. Like, seriously, guys, do it. I want to see their reaction. You can find us online at averyspecialpodcast.com and saltyrockmedia.com. And YouTube, just Google Very Special Podcast.
Yes, and as always,
bye!
Watch for the holidays that are in the skies, like fireworks on the 4th of July.
Oh my God.
I made this.